Welcome all to Off the Cuff. And today I'm so humbled and thrilled to have Shabana Azmi here with me. She's an actress, social activist, and a humanitarian. And उनकी काबिलियत की तो सबको ही पता है कि क्या उन्होंने किया हुआ है. And she has won a record 5 national awards for Best Actress, numerous Filmfare Awards, has been honored with the Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan too. But apart from all the awards, Shabana Azmi ji is one of the most precious gift to Hindi cinema and to her fans, and especially fans like me. So, Shabana ji, so looking forward to meeting you at the Cry Gala, May 4th, Villa Ragusa. So, tell me what speaks to you about Cry America's work and what convinced you to join hands with them.
Okay. Firstly, thank you for all that beautiful introduction. That's very, very kind of you. But you know, the the future of our children is a very important concern of every parent and of mine. And I've been very fortunate to have had a uh, very happy childhood. And uh, the entire atmosphere for both my brother and me. We were not rich by any standard because my father was a member of the Communist Party, and so we lived in a commune, and money was very short because all the money my father earned went to the party, and he used to be given only 40 rupees a month. And which
Who's the money? Yeah, that time.
So, but that didn't seem to bother anybody. It was many more things that we got, and particularly in the way I believe really that kids who are treated as special become special. And so we were treated like special uh, kids and given equal opportunity and uh, encouraged to speak our mind out. And that's what I would like for all children. But sadly, that isn't the case. There are millions of children in India and all over the world who are denied uh, the very necessary things that are required for the child's development, whether it is uh, child labor, child marriage, uh, lack of education. These should be a given. Sadly, they're not a given, and they come in the way of the child's ability to develop to her potential. And interventions like CRY, I mean, they've been in existence for 40 years now and have impacted the lives of 800,000 children, is just something that I think cannot but touch every heart, because we all want, right, our children to be happy and well and achieve what they want in life. So I've been associated with CRY for about 15 years now, and I've been watching the work very closely. And, they're doing so much work that we, as people in a society that cares, should give us support as much as we can so that they can have the strength to go on and affect more lives in a positive way.
Lovely answer. And Shivananji, like you're saying, we just took it for granted that we were given a voice. And we all know your father, Kefi Azmi ji, eminent poet and a very progressive one at that, and Shaukat Ali, Azmi ji also. But there's so many children who, it's a privilege for them to get even basic education or protection or health or nutrition. And I've been in India for so long, and and even here actually, we see that everywhere. So actually, I wanted to point, at one of the things that Cry did with these young girls in a rural village, they told them to make a visiting card, as to what they want to be or what they see themselves to be. And they made just beautiful cards for themselves. And I think visualization is also very
Oh, yes,
important.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, what do you think about that? And now that you have such like 50 years in the film industry, if you were given this kind of an activity to do, what would you write on that card about Shabana Azmi, or what would you draw?
Uh, Give her the opportunity and she will fly.
Oh,
Because I really, really believe that a child, uh, boy or girl, must be given equal opportunity. But
mm,
in a deeply patriarchal society like ours, the fact
mm,
is that the boy is entitled from birth just for being born a boy. And it's often the girl who is not sent to school, who's made to, uh, work in the house, wash the utensils, all of that, while the boys go off and work. Because the girl also helps, at the age of 8, she's already a surrogate mother to her younger siblings.
mm,
Then she goes out in the farm, she works over there, she works at home. बहुत मुश्किल मतलब आज के दिन में ये सोचना कि children not being able to go to school even when they want to is just such an uncivilized thing. But rather than sort of pointing fingers and say they don't do this and they don't do it, we understand that there's an ecosystem around, there is a social structure
mm,
around the child that needs to be addressed, so which involves parents, teachers, the community, uh, leaders, and the government agencies. All of them need to be involved in this
mm,
process. And Cry understands that putting a child in school is not enough. There are other things that need to be done. So what I find enriching about Cry is that um, it has connections with the ground,
mm,
okay, the grassroots. So they know what the reality. They also um, feel very strongly that a child child's voice must be heard in
mm.
in problems that they identify and the solutions they would like to it. So give uh, the child that opportunity. There's so many things that I can tell you about them, and in
Yeah.
different ways. And they keep doing additional things, and the record has been really wonderful. So I really do hope that people come to the galas and really open up their hearts and their purse strings both.
Yeah, wallets are important. Yeah, you need to open that up here,
Yeah.
and that the evening is actually called Uphaar, an evening of giving to the community and to Cry. Shabana ji, like any uphaar or gift that you cherish and you've accepted with gratitude in your career or personal life.
Oh, well, I really do think that I am very fortunate because I happen to be at the right place at the right time.
Mm,
I mean, that if you get that on a platter, how many people can possibly get it? And I've been around, working for 50 years, and I
yes.
think it's the time for me to give what I've learned,
Mm,
whether it is to my colleagues or younger people or whatever. The richness of the benefit that I have, I would like to uh, let that go as far as I can.
wonderful, wonderful. And you've stood for so many social causes, from AIDS to women rights to dwellers, that, caught our attention. And you've done some amazing films, which like Mandi, Sparsh, Earth. I think, in school, and that movie really impacted me. And first time I saw a woman walking out rather than,
Yeah.
going back. So as a young girl, it really impacted me. And, so Shivana, like, Please, and I know you started with Ankur with, and you've done such a gamut of films, even like from mainstream to then art cinema. So, did your personal life, affect the roles you picked? Did you want to really do certain kinds of role that had
The
women
fact is
centric?
that I'm a trained actor from the Film Institute of India,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I'm uh,
Hmm.
a gold medalist as best
Yes.
actor.
Mm.
But what I was very fortunate was that I had already signed two films when I was still a student at the institute, and just a week after I graduated, I was shooting my first film, and so it's been really one thing that led to another. But I do think that had I not started with Sham Benegal,
Mm.
my career would have gone on another uh, thing. Because, see, at the Film Institute, we were exposed to the kind of films I would never have imagined if I had been in Mumbai. There was Norwegian cinema, Swedish cinema, Japanese cinema, French, Italian, what have you, which was beyond any possibility that we would have seen it if I had just been in Mumbai. So obviously that shaped my aesthetics and my choices. And then I got the wonderful Sham Benegal to do my debut with. Uske saath saath, I don't know what it was. I don't think it was by design, but I also signed mainstream films and they happened to become successful. So
Mm.
so I was able to uh, sort of manage both things. People kept saying that this is going to be a mistake. You're going to sink trying to put your feet in both boats.
Yeah.
Now, see, it's happening more and more. Because why should it be mainstream cinema and art cinema and all that? Cinema is cinema. And if we can have greater exchange between the actors and the technicians and all that, it'll only make for a better film. And that is happening, and I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, very true. And I was, watching one of your interviews, and you said that films were more of a director's medium and theater was an actor's medium. And
Yeah,
now OTT were, I think, the writer's medium.
that's right.
Yeah, so I think I completely agree as an audience too, I guess. But anything challenging that you faced, navigating through all these, any challenging role that you think of
Oh,
was very
lots.
difficult? Okay.
Lots of
Uh-huh.
roles. For instance, when I did Morning Raga, I
Yeah.
didn't know, forget about Carnatic music, I didn't even know Hindustani music.
Oh,
And it was so challenging and so difficult. And I was a member of parliament at that time, very busy. And so I got my, she was a young girl who taught me. And I used to cry and say in the night, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to do it. And the next day I would be singing absolutely in tune and go and say,
yeah.
but I learned it. So it was a very big, because when you have to learn a skill, and a skill particularly like Carnatic music. So I had Rajiv Menon, who was the DOP of the film and whose mother is a Carnatic singer. And, he had absolutely disagreed with the director for casting me. They said North Indians don't understand Carnatic music, and this is a wrong choice. Now, when I did the first song, Mahaganapatim, that I did,
Mhm.
he came to me and he said, I was wrong. I had said this to the director, but you've got it right. And then after that, Pandit Ravi Shankar called me up and said, I believed that you were a Carnatic singer. And then Shankar Mahadevan told me, and so many different people, that that to me was being able to rise to the challenge.
That's why, Shabana, you are an institution. Yeah, people, you are such a one. You make everything so seamless. I've enjoyed every bit of your work, and
Thank you.
this is
Thank you so much.
truly such a pleasure talking to you. And one more thing, like we're talking about child rights, so I'd like to ask you about, child rights. in Bollywood, are there any guidelines or safety measures when children are acting
Now,
in
now,
movies?
now,
So
now, now, much more. Now,
much
much
more.
more. Yeah.
Okay.
And so when children are taken, then you have to make sure that there's a tutor who
Mhm,
accompanies the child so you don't miss out on the class work. And
mhm.
then there has to be a senior accompanying the child. The child must sleep for so many hours. So that is all, I think, world over and now also in India, which is, I mean,
Mhm.
which it should be. If we can be so concerned about, uh, you know, I mean, animal lovers will kill me, but then there's so much concern about that. Children,
Yeah,
तो ये तो उनका अधिकार है.
bilkul, bilkul, yeah. And I remember, Neetu Singh ji and Rekha and so many earlier actresses had started, Sachin had started as child stars. And that time, I don't think, people were that
No,
particular.
no, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's
it's
been a
good to,
definite change.
yeah, yeah, it's good to know you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Shivana ji. Bye bye.
Thanks, children.